Hello everyone. Welcome to this quick chair yoga practice for older adults like me. Hi, my name is Cindy and I am the owner of an award-winning personal training and yoga business called Movement for All. I've been working in this industry for over 40 years and I live with chronic conditions such as arthritis and chronic pain. So I know how much yoga and movement helps me on a daily basis to stay functional and fit and be able to do the things I would like to do. And chair yoga is a great option. So today, about a 15-minute practice, just to kind of get us loosened up if it's the morning or any time of day is perfect. So I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable chair, a nice sturdy chair. I'm going to offer a second chair in a moment, which that's optional. You don't need any equipment for this practice except for your chair. So I'm going to invite you to find your comfortable seat. So having your feet connected to the earth. Now, one thing I find being on the short end is sometimes if you sit back in your chair, your feet might not quite touch the floor. So having some blocks can be a really nice way to connect to the earth beneath you if you have anything like that. Or even a blanket can be nice as well. So let's just take a moment to center and settle. So feeling again the feet connect to the earth, the base of the spine to your chair, lengthen through the crown of the head without forcing anything. Maybe close your eyes or take a soft gaze to the earth. Inviting softness into your jaw, into your face, into your shoulders. You might want to move them around a bit, just intuitively, right? Just kind of getting into your practice today, noticing what is present for you. How are you feeling? And using that information to guide your practice, right? To inform your practice. Because every day is different. I live with 2 types of arthritis and every day is different. So as we're rooting down to the earth and rising up through the crown of the head, I'm going to invite you to bring hands home to heart space. Perhaps palm to palm, or maybe it's more comfortable one hand on top of the other. Good. And we're going to inhale and draw the elbows to side body as much as you can comfortably. Again, no forcing. Your arms may extend more, or you might keep the elbows bent. Maybe a nice inhale here, and then as you're ready to exhale, just wrapping the arms around you. Now you might touch shoulders, opposite elbows, opposite wrists, whatever feels best. Sitting nice and tall. And then notice which arm you have underneath, inhaling again. And again, you might be breathing differently than I am, and that's fine. And then wrap a different way. Through the nose or through the mouth. You might tuck your chin, you might round a bit. We're going to do this 2 more times. Again, this is your practice. Honor your experience, your body today. How are you feeling? So just starting with some gentle warm-up movements here, connecting breath to movement. Nice. And then relaxing, sitting up nice and tall in our seated mountain. Again, your feet are going to stay connected to the earth. You might widen them a bit or not. Finding a lengthened spine, I'm going to invite some spinal stirs, circling around. I love this one particularly. It really helps my back kind of loosen up a bit. You can stay lengthened through the crown of the head, or you can round the spine as you come forward, or any other way that is best for you. Find your own speed here. Find your perfect way to practice this. And then the next time you come back up, pausing, resetting your alignment. Stay with your breath through the nose or through the mouth, and then let's go a different way. And as you're doing this, you might find that one certain area, you might kind of move and say, oh, this feels really good to stay here. Feel free. And if you hear creaking and cracking, it could be my body, but it also could be my chair. But seriously, if you do find cracking in your body or any noises the body makes, which is very typical, please know that it is normal unless you have pain, okay, with that. And then coming back up, nice, sitting up nice and tall. Now, taking your right hand to the side of your chair, or if you have a second chair, you can put it there. The left arm is going to reach up. Now here, you might decide to keep your arm lower. You might come shoulder height. You might have the arm more in front of the body. Reach up to where you can reach up, okay? Lengthening here, and then up and over, stretching through side body, which you're going to see a little bit later in the Seated Warrior series that we'll be doing some more movement like that. And then inviting movement in the wrists and the hands. Call this the yoga wave, so just say hi. And then pause here, finding your opening through that side body. Now taking that top arm down, reset your alignment here, maybe scoot a little over to the other side. That hand we just had up is going to connect to your chair now. And the same thing, notice how it feels on this side. Where can you go comfortably? We don't want any sharp pain, right? We might find tensions, we might find tightness, movement in the wrists and hands here, but we don't want sharp pain. Yoga is a practice of self-care, self-awareness. Pause here, find your gaze. We call that the drishti in yoga. So you could look up or straight ahead. You could look down. Yeah, good. And then coming all the way back up here, beautiful. Maybe roll the shoulders, any direction, forward or back. Notice how one side feels, or one movement direction may feel differently than the other. And that's okay. And now before we move into seated sun salutation, I'm going to invite us into a cat-cow. I'm going to turn my chair a bit so it might be easier to see me. So in the chair, sitting tall, once again, feet are planted, hands are on the legs here. We're looking straight ahead to start. As we inhale, lengthen. Now you might look up here, and then as you exhale, we're going to round the spine. So bringing the weight back on those hips a bit, reaching the fingers toward the knees, exhaling here, drawing belly button to spine. You might invite the head, the chin to come toward the heart, and then coming back up on the inhale, draw the elbows back, hands might float back toward the hips. Oh, and just moving through a few cat-cows. This is one of my favorite asanas or yoga movements during the day when I feel stiff. And just want to connect breath with movement. This is a great one to do. Good. Maybe one more here. And then in your own perfect time, coming back up to seated. Remember, there's no rush, right? So you take your time and do whatever feels best. Now, I'm going to invite us now into a sun salutation from the chair. I learned this from my teacher, Peggy Cappy, many years ago, and I love this variation of a sun salutation. In other videos that I have posted on my YouTube, you'll see other sun salutation options, but today this one is in the chair, okay? So, same start position here. I'm going to stay sideways. Lengthening, hands home to heart, sitting nice and tall. As we inhale, sun breath, reach the fingertips toward the earth and draw the arms around the body. Now again, decide how you want to move your shoulders. The arms might be more in front of the body or reaching up overhead. Inhaling here, you might look up. Your fingertips might touch or not. As we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows. Bow forward from the waist, engaging core here, drawing belly button to spine. Taking your hands now to your thighs. We're going to fold. So decide where you want to be, right? You might bow from the waist. You might round the spine and just let that head be heavy. Keeping your hands connected to your legs, we're going to begin to look forward and come to half lift. So in the half lift, your head is above your heart. Your tailbone's lifted a bit, even though you're sitting on it. Good. Exhale and fold again, any way that you would like. Nice. Now, look forward, press through the feet, come back up to seated, and we're moving into our seated plank now. So, taking the hands and connecting them to your chair or to your thighs. You can also have your hands where you hold onto the seat. We're going to extend those legs, both legs out in front now, okay? So the toes can be lifted or your feet can be planted. I'd like you to think about a line of energy from your feet to your base of spine all the way up. You might lean back a bit, engaging the core. Draw shoulder blades to back body. Good. So this is our plank. And then sitting up nice and tall, keep the legs the same. Bring the hands back behind you a little more if that feels comfortable to you. Draw the shoulder blades together. Puff out the pigeon chest here a bit as we look up for upward facing dog. Stay with your breath. Beautiful. Now, coming back to seated nice and tall, hands are on the legs. Multiple options here. Bowing from the waist. This is our down dog. You're looking straight ahead. Hands can be on your thighs or reaching out in front of you or reaching up on either side of your ears. Here, staying with your breath any way that feels good to you. Now, returning the hands to the legs, coming back upright, bring the feet back underneath us here, and we're going to fold again like we did before. I just love folds. I could hang out here all day. Now half lift again. Remember that? Lift the head, lift the tailbone. Hands stay connected to something to support the spine. Fold on the exhale. Good. Looking forward, pressing through the feet, rising up to our seated mountain. Sun breath again. And I'm going to invite you into a back bend here. Now, you can have hands behind the head. You can keep them up overhead. You can have them behind your back into fists if you'd like. Press those hips forward, squeezing your glutes. That's the muscle we're sitting on here. And gently arch back. Again, you might arch a little, you might not arch at all. That's okay. Breathing. Good. And then coming back up to our seated mountain, bringing hands back to heart space. Pausing here. Excellent. And then release that. So that's our sun salutation from the chair. So now I'm going to be moving us into a little bit of a few movements of the warrior series from the chair. So this is where I'm going to invite you into two chair option, but it's optional. Okay? So from here, and I know our time is ticking here, we're going to take our right leg and step it out to the right. And our left leg is going to extend. Now, you can have that leg anywhere you want. More in front of you, more to the side. Lengthen through the crown. Reach the arms out like you're pushing the walls away, gazing over right fingertips here. Nice. Now, take your left hand onto that extended left leg. Right arm is going to reach up. Spin the palm toward the back. And we're going to lean back for our reverse warrior. Good. Coming back to warrior two here. Pause. And now right angle. That right hand can come to your chair or onto the thigh. Other arm reaching up, and we're coming over here into our right angle. Nice. Then coming all the way back upright, sitting up nice and tall, pausing here. Excellent job. And we're going to quickly go to the other side. So now that left leg stepping out, knee is bent, right leg's extended here, lengthening into warrior two, gazing over left fingertips this time. If you feel your shoulders are shrugging up, you can spin the palms up And that will automatically drop your shoulders for most of us, and then you can turn the palms back down. Nice. Now reverse here. We're going to take that hand to that extended leg, lengthen up here. Maybe spin the palm to the back, reverse warrior. Find your gaze. See how your neck feels. Good. Come back to warrior two. Left hand to the left thigh, right arm up, moving into our side angle. Nice. And then coming all the way back up. Beautiful work, everyone. Bringing the feet back underneath us. Hands to heart space. Pausing here. Breathing. Thank you for practicing chair yoga with me. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Reach out if you have any questions. Nice to practice with you. Bye-bye.